Hang on, chat. Getting stuff situated around here. Just all righty. We are finally back in business chat. Okay. 7, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of so. All right. Had to edit, team manager, edit. I don't know why it keeps saying I'm playing AMR2, but I'm crazy computer. All righty. All righty, chat. Well, we're about to get started. So. Huh. All right. So. Darn it, I hit the wrong button. Right. Alrighty, chat. Well, and I'm gonna we're gonna go straight to the monthly report. No waiting. I don't know how long tonight's gonna be. We'll see. We're gonna start probably with everything this week. So we're gonna go with this week in Star Citizen. So this was Monday. The filthiest race of the verse was Saturday. There were 37 nations and all that competed in the Daymar Rally, which is always a blast, literally and proverbially. So for those of you who competed, I salute you. I also was out there among you. I was in my reclaimer as checkpoint echelon for server 2. So now that it's a couple of days later, I can actually talk about it. We actually had quite a few troublemakers on my server, so that was fun. Put it that way. Definitely not something I want to repeat on my report. Anyways, Wednesday, which is today, the monthly report is back, as well as the In Case You Missed It sale. Thursday will be the revamped Squadron 42 newsletter. Friday, we'll have the RSI weekly newsletter delivered to our inbox. As a reminder, our weekly shows, ISC and SCL, are on hiatus, but we're actively filming, and we'll have that sweet content in your hands very, very soon. Hopefully sooner than we want, because it's been a while, you know. Christmas was almost a month plus ago. One can certainly hope, chat, you know. It's not. Okay. Well, that's odd. What's going on YouTube? Twitch? Having a difficult time, it looks. Okay. So, with that being said, now I'm going to go to yesterday's stuff, which was in an epic. No, that would be an epic month ahead, where they talk about a bunch of things. Alpha 4.0.1 is steadily moving through the PTU, while aches and pains is already accessible to all backers. A big thank you to everyone testing and sharing feedback. Your reports have been critical in addressing key issues, making it a better experience for everyone. With the Pyro system bringing new challenges and opportunities, there's plenty to look forward to as we wrap up January, and head into February. Here's a look at what's coming up ahead. Save Stanton. Recent attacks in the Stanton system, the newly emerging Slicer game from the Pyro system, have stirred local debates. The Frontier Fighters, a civilian group, are ready to retaliate. for aggressive action against Pyro. In contrast, Citizens for Prosperity urge caution to prevent broad criminal profiling. As tensions rise and factions like the Headhunters resist the Frontier Fighters' extreme measures, the situation demands a choice. Where does your allegiance lie? Get ready to explore these dynamic choices in Save Stanton Chapter 2 with release of Alpha 4.0.1. The newsletter will be Thursday for their revamped Squadron 42 newsletter. Make sure you're subscribed for a chance to score a physical piece of Squadron 42 history. Keep an eye on your inbox for all the details. In case you missed it, for a limited amount of time, every new vehicle introduced in 2024 will be available to add to your fleet. If you missed a release or didn't get a chance to pick one up, this is your opportunity to get one. Red Festival, which will be soon, I take it. Is Red Festival in January or February, chat? I can't remember. It's one of the two. It's in January. We bid farewell to 2024 and welcome 2025 with a new beginning at Red Festival 2955, as tradition throughout the UE. The Banu have hidden red envelopes across Stanton and are offering a variety of red and gold ship paints to tempt good fortune in the coming year. There's a referral bonus up too. If you have anyone you want to invite to the game, celebrate the Lunar New Year 2025 with our new Red Festival referral promotion. Invite a friend to join the game and you'll receive a Drake Dragonfly with the exclusive Coalfire paint completely. Free Fly is also coming, and Coramore for Valentine's Day. Yeah. The Crux Cup is gearing up for its 10th anniversary on February 23rd. And Bar Citizen World Tour to be right here. And now that we've got the riffraff crap out of the way, we can get on to the nitty gritty of the monthly report. So, Dino Threat. This is the PU monthly report for November and December of 2024. So this goes up clear to the end of the year. Excuse me. Anyways, so we're going to kick it off. AI content. The AI team progressed with tasks for Alpha 4.0. This involved adding and validating social AI behaviors across the new station outposts to ensure NPCs are positioned and pathfind correctly through each space. This involved playing through the various stations and discussing where it was or wasn't appropriate to place characters. The type of story is intended to be shown there. As many players noticed, dynamic conversations have started to appear in game, which began with tech from Squadron 42. To improve the experience, a small capture session was undertaken to enable new content conversations specific to Pyro and Stanton. This is definitely something we want to leverage more of in the future, potentially allowing us to reference in-game events, like maybe even player-created ones like Daymar Rally AI team. The team also looked back at Stanton's landing zones to upgrade their behaviors to the standards set in Pyro. For example, they tested population numbers to see how many NPCs could fit in a location without compromising performance. Probably not as many as they thought, but still it's a good idea. Though the numbers still aren't where they would like, particularly in the bustling metropolis of Area 18, it provides valuable insight as they begin to experiment with creating environments with denser population. Right. Hold on just a second. All right. Denser populations. AI features is this one. November and December, the AI features team progressed with combat for Pyro, particularly in Alpha 4.0's contested zones. This led to improved server frame rate and stability. For example, ammo management spoofing is now functional in locations where ammo crates are yet to be balanced. As such, PCs will reload, run out of ammo, and search for more from downed combatants, provide much needed ebb and flow to the combat without needing to wait for a full looting rebalance. The AI features also improve the medic behavior that will allow medpin equipped NPCs to revive their squad mates, providing an extra challenge to players. This also creates gameplay opportunities by allowing players to bait enemies into the open to heal their comrades. Yeah, that's going to be useful. The team also fixed issues when cover is compromised, giving it additional fallback options and enabling it to work more systematically, I'm assuming, with the persistent perception system. This functionality is used to drive searching behaviors across. Dang it, I just literally. I skipped something. Team also compromised. Oh, yeah, I did. I jumped around a bunch. Team also fixed issues when cover is compromised to ensure NPC responded quickly when ambush. Bugs in defend areas were fixed too, which are used to shape the flow of combat and set up areas where enemies wait and cover to ambush the players. Work was then done to simplify and refactor the investigation behavior, giving it additional fallback options, enabling it to work more systematically with the perception system. There it is. Okay. This functionality is used to drive further searching behaviors across groups when the AI has not fully perceived something or has lost its target. Significant work was also done to ensure that perception, particularly vision, checks using client calculations are efficient, and correctly distribute checks to characters present at different LODs. In addition, AI features worked alongside animation to introduce a new creature to the Star Citizen universe, the Quasi-Grazer. Working on this for some time now, we're happy to see the positive reaction from players to our bovine friend. Work also progressed on animation stances which are used by the Quasi-Grazer when sleeping and grazing. These are particularly relevant to the day-night sleep cycle. A new charge attack type was also introduced. AI tech. AI tech spent the last 2 months making performance improvements to AI systems and progressing with new features. They began with enabling dynamic cover generation for planets and some locations chosen by the designers as part of the tech presented at CitizenCon. This also implemented a new exporter for dynamic cover generated as part of a location's object container. For dynamic cover, fixes were made when reusing cover locations after a navigation tile regenerates without NPCs. The StarScript design tool received numerous updates. This new tool inherits the logic from Apollo subsumption and will be used by the designers to define and represent mission behavior and other design scenario scripts. It also has a modern UI and better functionality for debugging behavior. Multiple improvements were made in the tactical point system to provide faster results when searching for usables, cover, or points on the navigation mesh with less impact on the frame time budget. Man, I'm out of breath. The navigation system received numerous improvements for the Alpha 4.0 release. For example, teams updated how they compute navigation islands by utilizing more threads and splitting the navigation volume tile into island groups. Planetary navigation, the players optimize the way they send events that trigger navigation regeneration requests alongside the ability to link navigation area exclusion and navigation cost areas to planetary navigation mesh. For Boyd Tech, crashes were solved. The volume of synchronized data used between the server and clients was optimized. For scripting reasons, new functionality to easily convert conversation behavior into a flow graph node was implemented. Updates were made to audio propagation and how NPCs perceive audio events too. Ship AI behaviors received a lot of attention, including improvements to quantum travel to better handle failures and updates to reinforce behaviors and collision avoidance. Finally, the team began implementing movement requests for chasing targets. This will include updates to how Pathfinder requests are solved, patch existing AI, game intelligence. Throughout November and December, the game intelligence team continued to close down Starscript 1.1, updating the old Apollo documentation to the new UX and adding documentation to the new features. They also defined a QA testing process to detect and address crashes and bugs as early as possible. A cheat sheet was then produced to highlight the differences between Samson/Apollo and Starscript, including using filters and Smart Query to quickly obtain results, how to use custom groups, and working with notes. Following this, the game designer began using Starscript 1.1 and made requests for features and visual additions. Navigation graph was implemented for Starscript version 1.5, along a selection of icons to represent key elements, such as the event log system, external system, and sub-activity selector. Whew, man, I'm out of it. Okay, animation. November saw the animation team create player interaction animations for hacking and door panels. So keep that in mind, chat. They also worked on various creature animations for Copian, Quasi-Grazer, Valakar, and prep for upcoming. So yeah, we're going to have more things to deal with beyond just humans. Let's face it, people, they're overrated in the verse. I mean, yeah, they shoot bullets at you. So what? I'm more interested in what goes snarl and wants to. The devs then undertook. Hang on. The devs then undertook several performance capture shoots before solving the data and facial animation. End of the year was spent developing various animations for existing and upcoming, while facial animation continued to create animation for the capture performances. Art character. The character art team supported Starware Art Data and fixed bugs for the live releases. They're currently working on 2 new armors alongside upcoming armor variants. So that's good. Variations of old stuff is always good. Art ships. The ship art team spent the end of 2024 putting the finishing touches on upcoming vehicles and ships that will be released or revealed this year. Alongside the unannounced vehicles, several upcoming vehicles progressed through the white and gray box, including Consolidated Outland Pioneer, the Drake Ironclad series, Anvil Paladin, the Misk Starlancer TAC, Argo CSV FM, which is fabrication module, the RSI Apollo, the RSI Perseus. Now, I have all of these ships except for the Pioneer, which is hilarious. I am truly a ship collector, and I'm insane. Don't be me, chat. Buy what you need, but don't be me. I literally have too many ships for my own good. I keep telling people this. Don't buy as much crap as I have. You will regret it. Heck, some of the stuff I can't even man. Okay. Community. The community team began the busy months of November and December with a recap of CitizenCon 2954 and by making all presentations from the event available on YouTube. They also supported IAE 2954. Oh, yeah. With a QA and manufacturer schedule for this year's event, as well as the Intergalactic Photography Awards screenshot contest featuring 9 unique categories. This image is by Jade Starwatcher, by the way. Good friend. The team published a Spectrum guide to support the Save Stanton Global event, as well as provide QAs for the Intrepid, Polaris, Terrapin, Medic, Anvil, Paladin, NIST, Starlancer Tech. November also saw the introduction of Star Citizen ComDrive, a new series designed to delve into hot topics and ongoing discussions within the community. More of these coming soon. During December, community helped spread the joys of Luminalia 2954 with a calendar of daily gifts, a referral bonus, and a gift that keeps giving video contest. They supported the release of 4.0 preview with a Beauty of Pyro contest highlighting the planets and moons of this new system, and by publishing 3 patch watch posts, which offered deeper insights into the updated economy, new mining opportunities, Pyro, and more. Regular updates were also published by the community, including Roadmap Roundup, This Week in Star Citizen, and the Arena Commander schedule. Lastly, the team spent time focusing on event planning and upcoming activities planned for the year. What do we have left? Core gameplay. All core gameplay teams are heavily involved in addressing stability and performances found during 4.0 PTU. Alongside this, the programmers worked on jump points, which are critical to linking Stanton with Pyro and later other star systems. A lot of effort went into creating a strong visual experience and the feeling of controlling the spaceship inside the tunnel. The new mission system received the final critical changes to prepare it for the new server meshed environment. This overhaul is important to ensure missions persist as players cross between server boundaries on server crash recovery and between different servers. As the system was completely overhauled and most of the logic scripting rules changed, all mission archetypes need to be rewritten. A lot of teams supported the transition setup of this content by helping locate and ID problems. As the number of territories or regions served by one dedicated server increased, more features were found to have issues with authority transfer, unique problems caused by ownership of the entity moving from one server to another. These issues proved challenging to address. But the benefits of more territories made it worth the time investment. The teams are also heavily involved in new content, including contested zones. Took the opportunity beginning making changes to the PTU logic login flow, allowing included including allowing players to directly spawn into their persistent hangars at their home location. Work was done in support of an upcoming ship, fixing quality of life issues with personal hangar rate out. Is it the Carrack? Chat, do you think this is talking about the Carrack? Maybe. Or something else? I don't think it's the Carrack. The way they're talking about this ship, it doesn't sound like the Carrack. It sounds like something else altogether. I don't know. A lot of bug fixing. Economy. The end of 2024 saw the economy team adjust the size prices of quantum and hydrogen fuel to account for new tank sizes. The prices of vehicle components and ordnances were rebalanced with the aim of turning use of a size 10 bomb into a serious financial decision, which this has been a long time coming for a while. Vehicle repair costs were also rebalanced, taking into account the new prices for commodities and components. For example, repairing a ship's hull should now be a lot cheaper than replacing missing components. Graphics and VFX and Planet Tech. For the graphics department, the end of 2024 largely involved making significant performance and stability improvements to Alpha 4.0. The team also finalized internal support for Vulkan, rolled it out as the default renderer for developers. This includes many stability improvements alongside multi-threading improvements to increase CPU performance on multi-core machines like my own. These improvements are in the main branch, so when they will reach the PU when the next major pull, the main code branch takes place. R&D for Global Illumination, Reflections, and Planet Tech V5 have progressed and will continue at full pace now that the team's work on Alpha 4.0 is complete. Phone going off. Sorry. Interactables developed assets for contested zones, such as key cards, server blades, fuse boxes, and completed a performance and bug pass. Location spent the end of 2024 supporting the Alpha 4.0 build, including optimizing, polishing, and bug fixing the contested zones and outposts. Mission design continued with its ongoing refactor, with bugs being prioritized and triage. While analytics show high completion rates for missions, some users are still coming across issues. Well, yeah. The team are currently attempting to reproduce and fix exactly what is causing them. Along with this mission design brief, design kicked off new content planned for 2025, more of which will be shared in the coming months. Narrative. Over the past 2 months, the narrative team focused on finishing mission content for Alpha 4.0. The addition of Pyro means there were now dozens of mission archetypes with different complexities and steps that needed to be applied all mission providers in the system. Narrative also worked closely with the mission designers to support the Save Stanton mission. Outside that, evergreen work continued, including generating names and descriptions for items, liveries, weapons, and armor. The team also planned storytelling and character initiatives beginning in the new year. On the website, the team released a fascinating portfolio on the history of Luminalia, which gave insight into the Banu culture and addressed the community's questions from the Ask a Dev forum Loremaker. We only have a few more. Online tech. In November and December, online services finalized the back-end services crucial several key features, including the mission system refactor, the entity subscription service marker refactor, the scenario service, and various social services updates. Each of these enhancements played a vital role, overarching goal of making server meshing a reality. The team also devoted a considerable amount of time and resources to assist in unblocking accounts experiencing various issues. Furthermore, the team successfully released hotfixes to address these issues the holidays. Yep, they've been busy, even though many of them are at work to a degree. The Live Tools team continued rolling out new features for Hex that's been in development for several months. The latest includes a tool to manage access and permissions in a more granular way, and a new module to help manage in-game events and missions. Existing modules continue to improve to provide a better user experience. The team also worked on significant improvements for the error reporting pipeline and other internal development. R&D. In November and December, the R&D team continued to finalize the core system components for the first version of dynamic weather. Here it comes, folks. Here it comes. The previously implemented weather map support was extended to also include a rain accumulation map with physically plausible evaporation and percolation model. This uses a planet's temperature, humidity, and wind map as input. Support of rain clustering was added to limit rain to specific regions and types of clouds. Similar controls were added for lightning. The quality of lightning events extracted from the weather map was improved. The temporal stability of weather was improved with diffusion in the rain accumulation map due to resampling historic data was reduced. Volumetric cloud shadow rendering was further stabilized, further improved occasional stepping artifacts when the camera moved, especially with the sun at low angle. Additionally, various back-end changes were implemented. This including a dependency change so that the run-generated client weather maps and their dependency can be updated lazily. Also, weather animation states now propagate to all systems and threads working with them. So related gameplay and physics effects should be considered. Tech and art animation. The technical animation team continue with a range of long-term tasks, facilitating improvements across the board. For example, despite technical challenges, it made significant progress toward finalizing several creatures, ensuring they're ready to be deployed across various planets. One of the team's major milestones was the significant integration of new heads to the character customizer. This enhancement will offer players more variety and customization, further enriching personality. A contingent of the tech animation currently invests in development and upkeep of players' interactions. Most recently, this included the fuse puzzles, which were trickier to implement than you might expect. Tech design. Throughout November and December, tech design focused primarily on contested zones. Support ranged from setting up new entities, implementing gameplay and reward logic, fixing doors, hooking up lights and sound effects, and playtesting, iterating on the above. They also set up entities for CitizenCon's digital goodies bag and identified and resolved small and large workflow issues for VFX. In November, VFX supported the vehicle teams with a Guardian and the locations team with a variety of pyro locations. December saw further work on pyro, including contested zones, rundown stations, asteroid bases, and the VFX heavy jump point. Okay. Is that it? Well, let's see what's going on in here. Probably nothing. Let's see. Let's see if anyone's come up with stupid ideas. Love this negativity. This right here, hilarious. Yeah, I want evidence due to that. I mean, sure. I'm just glad, and I think we just got another update. You know, from TIG for the stupid back end. So yeah, they almost didn't publish the monthly report this. I have no idea why. No idea what they're thinking. Don't get it. But definitely annoying. So, what do you guys think of the monthly report? A bunch of ships coming in that we don't have in game. The Perseus, the Pioneer, bunch of other things. I don't know. You know, I don't really care much about ships. I just care about patches working anymore. If that makes sense for myself. I care more about game patches actually working. The Paladin? Yeah. Paladin's on its way, yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot to. Yeah, the Paladin's already en route, dude. It's crazy. They're already producing it. It's already either white or gray box, they said. Kind of bonker. By the way, hello, Chill. How are you tonight, man? Oh, you think the Paladin will be a modular ship? Yeah, that's good. Glad you're doing well. Yeah, that's good. Glad you're doing well. So yeah, I have a Paladin. I think I got rid of the redeem. I think I did get rid of my Redeemer. It does kind of look it, but we'll see. It looks semi-modular. It kind of does, yeah. How am I doing? Doing great. I started college this week. So streaming's kind of going to have to be balanced between this and schoolwork. That and schoolwork. Which is a bummer, but book smarts before money, ship smarts, man. Yeah, I'm having to start my let's see if I still have the Redeemer. I don't think I do. It would have been 300 bucks. I have the Paladin. Oh, I do have the Redeemer. Okay. The reason I'm holding on to this for now, it's simple. The reason I'm holding on to this is because it's modular. I'm just gonna hold on to it for now. I mean, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen the look of it. Definitely interesting. Hold on. It's a $300 ship, right? It kind of does. Look like it has a module or something. Bottom interior. Okay, let me see if I can. Right. Let me see if I can find it. It's got to be in here somewhere. No, let's go to Spectrum. Might be easier to go through that. Oh, never mind. I'll do it that way then. Okay. Okay. Being a Come on. Thing ship. Lower floor or upper? Interesting. Like back out here? Is that what you're talking about? Back out this direction? All the way through. So like right here. There's this door here. Almost looks like an airlock. Could be wrong though. Top interior and back. Yeah, it does look kind of weird. Maybe there'll be another alternate version. What do you think? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we'll see. Hope so. We'll just have to wait and see. Hmm. Yeah, I like the design of it. It's kind of cool. Just see how I have to see how it goes, man. By the way, this right here is the biggest roast in the world. Unless you have a package, don't be buying this guy again. You don't need it. True. Very true. Hmm. So, when do you think we're going to go back to business as usual? Uh, dude, when do you think we're going to go back to, you know, what you call it, right? Star Citizen Live, ISC, probably next week, the week after next. Man, I am like bored. No Star Citizen Live or anything. I'm just curious because I think we're going to go back to finally normal probably by February 7th or 8th. Oh, hopefully we learn about some of the stuff they've been working on with the first Inside Star Citizen of the, and it's not just, oh, welcome back, we're going to talk about a new person, yada yada, right? That's my hope, chat, that we actually get a decent ISC to begin the season with. Either way, Yeah. Do you think we're gonna get the Perseus for Invictus chill? What do you think? Sorry. Yeah, you're okay. You're okay. Well, it's basically a light patrol ship. So, yeah, it's pretty damn useful. Really is. The Percy is a very useful ship. For me, I want the builder too, because I want to build like a small little building on my land claim whenever they sell those. I don't want to just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna set sail, and in the verse everywhere. I want to be able to build like a base camp or something too. You know, yep, Capital Hunter. Anything with larger weapons, yeah. Capital ships need to be very wary. Yep. There's something I want to check really quick. Hold on. I want to see real quick. See, Elite Dangerous came out with a brand new update where they're going to allow you to expand the bubble outward. Maybe some people in chat have heard about it. Curious how much that update's going to be. Not trying to get super distracted, but yeah. God, I haven't played Elite Dangerous in crap. Oh yeah, it's been a long time. Been since August 25th, 2021. Yeah. Hold on. Sorry about that, chat. I'm still here. I was just checking something. All right, installing now. Hope I'm not making a big turd of a mistake. Hey, Squirrel Lord, what's up, man? What's going on, man? Hey, you've been busy for a while. Notice that. Glad to see you're doing well. Busy with life, huh? Yeah, same. I've been busy with some stuff as well. Fixing to start school myself, so limited is what's going to happen with me and other things. Oh, I totally understand. Right now is the, by the way, speaking of elite, I caught a hold of a very interesting rumor. I want you to see something. If you haven't seen it yet, hang around for a second. Let me see if I can find it. You're gonna dig this, dude. Check this out. Oh, hold on. Let me see. I might have to adjust it again. Don't hear anything. Good. Okay. Oh, yep. Yep. Not hearing. That's right. I'm not.
And I think that's the key part, right? That it's the commodities part. So the money's
There we go.
Started, but actually this is effort, right? This is a huge undertaking.
Yeah.
Like this is not like, I know a fleet carrier is a big deal, but like this is a huge. You're building, you're colonizing a system, right? So,
yeah, exactly. It takes you have to transport those materials that are used rather than the credit sync. It's getting those materials together.
Yeah, cool. All right. Next question: will there be any kind of upkeep? Because we get asked this a lot. Well, fleet carriers is an upkeep. Is there going to be an upkeep if you're the system architect for your system?
There is not. There is no upkeep cost, so no, you will not be penalised for being a system architect.
Hooray! So we can all just we can be overlords on our own system.
Just enjoy being a system architect.
Cool. What systems will be in place for a colonised system if the architect goes inactive for a period of time?
Well, nothing really. As I think Piers mentioned it on the last show, really, once you've created a system as a system architect, that system will act like any other system within the game.
Yep.
So if that system architect, just works and places one star put down, that's what the system is.
Yep.
If they progress from that, great. But either way, it's just going to act like any other system that you would find within.
And that makes sense, right? Because the system architect initially goes in there and initially colonizes that system. Where that system architect moves on, just like in reality, they're still the original architect of that system's colonization. What happens after that? The BGS and that sort of stuff, that can all be affected by players.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you're right. You're going to have, hopefully, we're
Yeah, you know what you're doing if you have a fleet carrier. So that might be an idea. You and I can team up. I have some long-range ships. I'm not much of a combat pilot. I'm more exploratory and pathfinding. But you have a fleet carrier, right? See, you're able to put a anchor, I guess is the word, anchor, somewhere within a certain range of the bubble. This is all for expanding the bubble of the Elite universe. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
We have a bunch of commanders that do maybe want to daisy chain out, and you'll see maybe you come across a system and it's got one starport, and you see it's been done by this commander, and then you jump somewhere else and you see one starport by the same commander, and you're like, well, where does this go?
Yeah.
And you can kind of follow that trail, and you're like, and then eventually maybe you get to this system where they've actually decided to stay.
This is their putting their flag in the ground.
You get that
right?
whole, you almost feel that journey that they went on to get to that system.
But you know what? I know we're doing questions, but tangentially, what I really like about that is like across that spine that commander or group of commanders are doing, you could branch off at any point because that system will have a contact in there for you to be able to buy that. So you can move off. But obviously, there's the logistics we've talked about in the previous show. It's not as easy as just daisy chaining all the way out because you need the materials to actually build your systems. All right. So will there be a fair system in place for purchasing claims for popular systems?
So claiming a system is very much first come, first serve. So we are expecting it to be a really exciting, like gold rush kind of scenario. When when colonization first arrives, it's going to be fun to see which commanders come out on top. That said, whilst players can be the architects of as many systems as they want to be, a player can only be in like one instance of the initial claiming process at a time.
So you can't lay claim to 20
You can't just
systems.
go out and claim 100 systems at a time. You can only be in that initial process for one system at a time. And if you fail to claim a system twice, you're going to be locked out for a number of days. So yes, it is going to be first come, first serve. We kind of want that to be the case. We want to have that sort of similar feeling of, everyone is going racing to get where they want to be. But it's fair in the case of one player can't just lay claim to all land. They've got to say, okay, I want this system, and then spread from there.
And I think Piers touched on it in the last show, where there are time limits in this, and at the two initial stages, right? The claiming and then obviously building the main 100%. Station, and that's because it is such a serious undertaking, right? Like we keep saying this, like this is the big deal, right? You're going to colonize the system. It's there forever. You are literally putting your stamp on the galaxy. So yeah, you can't claim more than one system at a time, and you have to follow through your claim. If you fail to follow through your claim, it becomes open to everybody else again. So there we go. Okay. How will players be able to colonize using a specific faction if there are no zero population systems within the colonization radius of systems containing that faction? Well, that is a question, Zach.
That is a mouthful, yeah.
Yeah,
So I
it is a
think
mouthful.
this one has come off the back of obviously us talking about that radius that exists for
Yep.
colonization. That again, numbers still to be decided.
Yep.
But in this case, I think in this scenario, you would likely want to engage with the BGS to make sure that your faction that you do want to spread has control of a station within a system that they can colonize from. So yes, if your faction does not have a colonizable system within that initial bubble, you're just going to have to engage with the BGS like you would traditionally and move your faction
Into it.
gain control
Yeah.
somewhere else, and then from there you would be able to engage with colonization.
And will there be a limit to how many systems a player can be actively an architect for?
No, as I mentioned previously, you can only be claiming one system at a time, but you are able to be the architect for as many systems as you like, whether that's 1 or 100 or 1,000, or maybe we get just one commander who plays with colonization and they just take over the entire galaxy. It's possible.
Are you talking about some of the Palpatine complex? I mean,
Yes.
who knows
Who
anyone
could
like
that
that?
be? Yes.
Who could that be? It just takes a swaths of the galaxy.
Yeah.
But it's possible, right? If you have the time and you have the effort and you want to work
Yeah,
together,
you could,
can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
I think we covered this, but will the BGS rules apply to colonized systems?
Yeah, so player colonized systems will basically act the same as all other systems within Elite. So whatever you're used to right now within Elite Dangerous and a system with the BGS, you can expect the colonized systems to replicate that.
Cool. All right. Can architects, it's a nefarious question, but can architects permit lock systems or decide trade routes?
No. So all other players will be able to sort of freely engage with player colonized systems. We don't want to be locking systems out from people. You can affect the trade in a system based on that kind of economy that you create, like Piers said.
You can create
you have a
whatever
lot
you
of
want,
choice
right?
there.
Yeah.
It's the kind of sort of economy you want to put together. So there's no direct tool per se to create a trade route, which wouldn't really work anyway. But you can change that landscape of trade within that area of space to suit your needs. Really, that's the whole point of colonization, is to suit your needs.
I'm actually excited to see how the different economies build up, because I think I said we were talking in the previous stream about the micro bubbles. I think we're going to see like where these daisy chains go out to a certain point and then realise we're too far away from the bubble to actively get resources. So we need to colonise this area here.
Yeah.
It'll be a micro bubble, and that will be determined by whatever economies people are putting in there and resources, and then they'll move on.
And I think that's what's we've had. Obviously, the past couple of years, we've had a lot of great content around the Fargoids and a lot of stuff for our anti-Xeno players, our combat players, and fairly we've had quite a few people who are trade players and our exploration players saying, "Oh, can we get
Can we get something?
And this is kind of for you. Like obviously, there's plenty for a combat player to engage with, but exploration player, you're going to be going out, like you said, deciding where those mini bubbles are, and then the trade players, that could be your new hub, right?
Yeah.
There's so much profit to be made
So I
in
think
those areas.
when we talk about trade, we're going to see that happen, and that's the thing we're most excited about system colonizations. We generally don't know what players are going to do,
No
right?
idea.
We don't.
Yeah.
This is the galaxy is going to be for you. So you're asking us questions. We're like,
We'll
it's
try.
whatever you want, really. Like you can do what you want with the galaxy. That's why we're kind of like we're excited. We're also a little bit terrified. Not going to lie, tiny bit
little
terrified
bit.
because we don't know what happens until it happens, right? Okay. So I guess on the back of that, what are the benefits for a system for a player for a system colonization?
Yeah, so I think it's kind of similar depending on whether you're a solo commander or a group of commanders. You can colonize the system either way. Like there will always be one sort of system architect, but if you're a group of players, great, you can work together. If you're a solo player, great.
So you can do it on your own. If you want to be
absolutely.
on your own,
yeah. It might be a bit more effort because you got to gather the materials yourself, but you absolutely can. And I think the main benefit really is that you can set that system up to get what you want from it. So sort of depending on your choices, that can affect the types of missions that you'll find in that system. You can set up markets to suit your trade needs and so on. So if all the systems around are industry markets, you could create an extraction-based market, and then you've got a really great trade route there that you've made for yourself to take advantage of. So it's that kind of like almost out-of-the-box thinking of how can I engage with the Elite Dangerous systems that I know so well to create this new star system that works perfectly for what I want to do within the game.
Yeah. So yeah, again, there's a lot here that it's hard to really articulate, but it will be down to what the players do, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, which is exactly what we want. All right. So will colonization be possible from anywhere that has a human station?
No. So yes and no. So as of right now, you must start from the bubble.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to start this off. I think Piers mentioned the same. So when system colonization launches, you'll only be able to begin the process from the bubble. However, from that point onwards, you'll be able to colonize, yes, anywhere that has a human station within radius. So let's say we do go with that 10 light year radius for system colonization. At the start, you'll be able to go 10 light years from the bubble, and then once they've colonized that system, you can go 10 light years from there, and 10. And so eventually, yes, you can go wherever you want, but we'll be starting it in the bubble.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. If you start in another system, how soon after do you lose your system architect role in the first system?
Yeah, you don't. You, like we said, you can be the system architect many times you like. That tag isn't going to go anywhere. That's your system to control. You might, like we talked about, maybe you're an explorer. You've daisy chained out to a system, and then maybe you want to come back at some point and say, oh, actually, I probably want to edit. I'll add more to this because I've found that.
I mean, you could, right?
Lacking.
If you've done that, you could become. I'm not a megalomaniac, but you could daisy chain out and then build an empire all the way back.
Yeah,
right? If you really wanted to.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you really wanted to. Okay. I think that's kind of answered the next question. Will the systems display who the system architect is, or will it be left anonymous?
It will, in fact, display who the system architect is. So you'll find that in the Galaxian system map. It will display the name of the system architect, as well as a few other things that will be useful. I think we'll talk about in a moment.
Okay, next question. Will there be any opportunity to expand infrastructure in currently established systems?
No. So as I think Piers has said again, player colonization is strictly for those currently uninhabited systems. That's the whole point of expanding the bubble and spreading humanity.
Cool. Talking about spreading the spread of humanity, will there be any in-game tools to find good systems to colonize and to choose where colonization options are placed?
Yeah, so the map UI will give you some of that information. So the architect view in a system you've explored will give you some indication of what that system could look like when colonized. So you basically, what you want to do, I guess the flow will be you want to head to a system, make sure you've done the exploration part of that, and then you'll get all this information, say, okay, this looks like a good system to either build my home base on, or maybe it's one of those daisy chains. And you can make that gather that information before you make your choice. Yep.
Okay. Are there any penalties or just general downsides to having multiple economies in a system, or investing too heavily in one economy?
Not necessarily. I mean, having multiple economies means that they'll even out, so you'll get a good spread of options for yourself, but you won't have that golden goose market, so to speak, where that excels at one thing. So again, with everything with colonization, it's really up to you and how you want to benefit from that system.
Yeah. Next question. I think this has already been answered, but will it be possible to blockade or attack colonized systems during the construction or after completion?
No. So colonization is very much not a PvP feature. It is once you are the system architect, that's your system. You don't need to worry about it being detonated at some point.
Cool. All right, Zach, thank you very much. Well, that's a lot of questions there. It's not all the questions, it's a lot of questions, and there's probably loads more. As I said, the colonization feature is going into beta. Just to be clear on what the beta means is we're putting the feature into the game. All players will be able to engage with it. What you do will be final. So if you colonize systems during the beta, they'll be yours. You'll be able to keep them, and we're not taking away from you. But what we want players to understand is that we'll be taking that time to measure, to make sure things work correctly. Fundamentally, to make sure that the tools that players need are operating as they should be intended. It will give us a chance to measure what players are actually doing, because this is such a fundamental change that we really do need to get a grasp on how players are going to interact with it. But it's going to be everyone's going to go and do their own thing, or players are going to work in groups, and we're trying to find that balance. So hence the reason we're saying it's going to be in beta. We want to get it right, but we don't necessarily get it right first time. So we're going to give it some time.
Yeah, it's a mammoth.
Yeah,
task,
it's huge. And just to go back to what we said about this year, and just to give some extra love to our development team, I sometimes forget that they actually simulated a 1-to-1 galactic scale war. And now we're doing power play, and now we're doing system colonization in a 1-to-1 scale in the Milky Way galaxy. I genuinely, my mind, when I sit down and talk to some of the team, I'm just like, you are talking a different language. They're saying words to me, just a bit out of was it The Hangover, where just numbers appear. I'm just like, I have no idea what you're saying. But
and we're in year 11 of the game.
Yeah, we're about to go into year 11. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. So yeah, cool. All right. So there's a lot of stuff going on there with system colonization. Zach, we're coming to the end of the show. We've talked about how good this year's been.
Yep.
Obviously, the question we always get asked, and it's really nice to be asked, it's like, what comes next? What can we expect to see from Elite Dangerous next year? Anything you can tell us?
Well, I mean, I think we kicked off this year in January, February. The first unlocked.
I honestly can't remember. It was the first unlocked.
The first unlocked show we ever did. We kicked it off. We talked about what was coming to Elite Dangerous this year. That went down super well. So why don't we do the same again next year?
I think that's a great idea. I think that's the best idea that you've had.
Perfect.
It's not. You've had loads of good ideas. All right, look, Zach, thanks a lot. We all come back then, I guess.
Yeah.
For our first unlocked.
See you in the first unlocked, yeah.
And we will tell you all about Elite Dangerous for 2025. Feels so good to say that, right?
Yep,
Feels so good to say. Like, stay tuned. It's going to be exciting. Another exciting year for Elite Dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Got a lot of stuff on the board already for you.
Yep.
Zach, thanks a lot, man.
No worries.
Happy New Year, Merry Christmas.
You too.
Okay. I didn't read if they. Do I have 33,000 art? Nautilus class. Huh. Cool. God, I haven't played this game in forever, chat. Where is it? In the wrong. It's been a while. I'm just doing an experiment before I get too into this. That's not good. Still loading, chat. Can't. Yeah, speaking of Elite, I'm kind of curious about something I was going to try to figure out on the star map once I can get in. Come on. Yeah, I read the monthly report earlier, Dark-Sided. It was interesting. Yeah, definitely. What I'm checking is to see what type of systems are toward Canopus. Just doing kind of a rando test before ahead of that colonization release. Oh my, I forgot. I still have a freaking what do you call it? Now, I'm just testing something. It means I can come back if I need to. Yeah, Diamondback Explorer. I love this ship. One of my favorite older ship designs. Diamondback. One of my favorite older ships. Yep. It's a good ship. I mean, it doesn't get near the glory it used to, but it's still a good ship. One point I had the Diamondback Explorer kitted out to, I believe, I want to say 50 light years jumping, maybe 40. So, you know, before all the massive updates, I just knew how to minimize mass and bribes and stuff like that. Yeah. I knew how to push a ship design-wise. Oh, shoot. Am I in space? I do believe I am. Dude, I'm in space. Crap. I forgot I was even in space. It's been so long since I've played this. Stop rolling, please. Man, I'm having to remember stuff. Stop that. Man. I have not done this in forever. Yeah, might be a good idea. Look at this. Did I? Hang on, what was my ranks? Novice combat ranger. That's actually pretty far along. Looks like merchant, helpless, defenseless, infection. Why can't I read anything? Okay. Yeah, I might have to go back and take a test. Hate that. Galaxy map. So how do you get the map? All I was trying to do this time was pull up a map. I can. Gotcha. Maybe I changed the button parameter.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Man, it's been a long time since I've played this. used to know. Oh, hold on. Option. There we go. There we go, chat. Figured it out. This is the galactic map. I'm at Kotar. Canopus is down here. But I'm checking. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Orave has Bram. Yeah, no worries. They've... So how do you pull up the bubble map? I'm 107 light years from Salt. Yeah, no worries, Dark Side. We're good. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to show the galactic bubble. Where's the bubble? Trying to figure it out. Huh. Well, spit. There we go.
Cannot comply.
All right. Looks like I figured it out. So, okay. So, yeah, I think you're right, probably. Okay. So, here's the bubble. The hole. Ton of, here's Canopo. So, yeah, there are some space in this region. with my graphics here? This looks terrible. No. There we go. Maybe it just looks too dark. Yeah, I'm wondering what the heck that's all about. I haven't seen that kind of level in a long time.
Cannot comply. Cannot comply.
Try plotting a course. Alright, looks like I've gotten the ship under control again.
Cannot comply.
Hard. How do I deploy them? Hold on. While I'm traveling, way with. Then I have hard points undeployed. Hard points that are in a bad spot. Oh, for F's sake. So, I know there's a way to program. Yeah, what's with my graphics here? Fire groups. There we go. I can't even read that. I can't read that at all. Wow. It just looks terrible. Jesus. So, okay. How do you zoom in? Can you zoom in? Here. That is terrible. Yeah, I'm having to relearn this. Freaking pain in the butt. Okay. Seriously. Distracted. What I want to know is how do you like zoom in? Control. General control. Okay. Okay. Navigation menu, yeah. Yeah, this does it.
Frame shift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Frame shift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Oh, I finally figured out how to do it again. Yay.
Fuel scooping.
Luckily, I have a fuel scoop.
Fuel scooping complete. Frame shift drive charging. Frame shift drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to figure out what's the deal. Is it the brightness or something? You're funny. Oh, a new system. Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? It is sad to watch. I mean, let's be real. I haven't done this in forever. Not bad. Modes. Like Roads, miscellaneous. Engine boost, toggle frame shift. I want to know why my stupid thing is so dark. Yeah. Is it this? Okay. Hold on. I want to know what's going on here. There's, yeah, you're funny. You're really funny. I want to know why it is so damnable dark in this game. I can't see anything. Oh. That's better. Now I can see. Oh my God, I can read and I can see. This is so much better. Hey, it worked. All right. Yeah, for real. It was just, yeah. It's just hilarious that I haven't tried this in so long just for grins. Yeah. Hilarious, really. I'm just amazed it took me so long to figure out, oh yeah, this is why this isn't working. Yeah. It looks so much better, doesn't it? Yeah, it was kind of terrifying to see me not being able to fly. That's the sad thing. Making sure things were set up. Yeah, it looks way better than it did. Oh my god. Yeah. What's up? Have it. Nice. Might as well do something useful since I'm in an unexplored system. You know what they say?
Cannot comply.
What? He's dead.
Cannot comply.
Dead. What? Wow, that's weird. Yeah, I've never heard him say that before. Super weird. What we got? Bunch of unexplored planets. Right. Colonia, by the way, is way out here. Just so you know. Have you been to Colonia before? Hopefully not the Burr Pit. Burr Pit would probably have set him straight. Yep, Colonia. 21,000 light year. Here's Colonia. Micro bubble around. But it's like huge distance toward the core. Meanwhile, I'm way back here, this region. Burr Pit is a very staunch, elite perfectionist. He knows what he's talking about for the most part, you know? For the most part. You know, he's a very, very experienced person. Just saying, you know. Burpitt's pretty good. I'm not one of his main fans, but I acknowledge his knowledge. Oh, I was gonna say if he was the guest with good old the other guy you mentioned. That's why. That's why I was saying something about it. Still seems a little too dark. Hang on, I'll say why here in a minute. Hang on. Well, the reason why I brought him up is because Burpitt's usually very thorough with talking about Elite. I've actually heard the other gentleman you mentioned kind of go off the handle, and that's just between me and you. You know? Yeah, that's what I was meaning. Yeah. I was basically seeing if I could figure out Elite again, and looks like I can. Looks like I can figure it out again there, dude. Yeah. Burpitt usually is very thorough, though. That's why a lot of people love his content, right? Generally. All right. Yeah, you had to relearn everything. Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I used to be so good at it too. Sucks. That's the main reason why I don't like staying out of a game so long. You stagnate after a while. You stagnate after a while, and then you totally forget how to fly. Anywho, I gotta get off here. I'm glad we could hang out a little bit, folks. It's been about 2.4 hours. I have classes tomorrow. I'm gonna have to cut it short tonight. At least Darksided inspired me to go looking in Elite again. Thank you for that, Dark Side. It is appreciated. But helping hand was appreciated. Anyhow, I'm going to nobody I really want to raid tonight. Yeah, I do. Hey, man, I'll catch you later. And see everybody else later on, too.